Coming up next, we've got Kellam Mattie from VEB coming on, VP of Innovation.
And we just heard about VEB on stage, and so we're going to learn a bit more now.
Here she
welcome.
comes. Hi. Here she comes.
Hi, great to meet you.
Hey, welcome. Great to see you. Kellam, I've said her name wrong. They told me how to say it, and I botched it.
That's okay. It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. So let's talk a little bit about innovation. So, you know, VEB sees all kinds of brands. So many say they're innovative. How do you actually determine what is innovation?
Gosh, the big question, right? Innovation is everything, right? But I think we're looking for points of disruption. So points where there's something new for the consumer or something new for the marketplace, and looking for the opportunities for us to create change. And innovation can be, just about anything in there, but we're looking for something new. I think I saw some surprising new ideas this morning.
Surprising new ideas. So talk to us a little bit about surprise, because sometimes we talk about innovation and people are like, oh, well, what's innovative? But if you tell us what you think is innovative. What are you working on right now?
I think it's changing new business models, changing new approaches, offering new benefits. So something that hasn't been done before and something that's unique in the marketplace. As far as what we're looking on, as Scott said, tons of ideas, can't share them all, but there are so many new needs for the consumer. We're focused on things like digestive health. We're focused on enhanced water, adding new functionality to water, new benefits. Consumers are just looking for so much more, and so that's where kind of our innovation focus is.
Water's a tough category, right? That's one of those that is it ripe for innovation? And what is innovation in the water space right now? We saw Ounce Water this morning in the new beverage showdown, and basically their form factor is the innovation. That's the primary innovation, I think.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Sure, it counts because it's offering something new to the consumer. Like I said, I think water is my heart. I started with Coca-Cola launching Dasani Water in 1999. So the category's grown and changed and continues to have new advancement. I think that Ounce Water is a brand innovation, right? So a new idea, a new way to communicate. We're also seeing functional innovation, so a lot of growth in the pH levels of water, flavor, making water fun is really kind of a focus now we're seeing in the marketplace, and making it more enjoyable, adding functional benefits, health. Water's just everything.
And now, so you started with Coca-Cola, and you're coming back around after, 14 years, I think?
Yeah, I was gone for 13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
So, tell me about coming back to the company and how these first few months with VEB have been.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's so fun to kind of come full circle. I loved my career at Coke earlier in brand management. And now, the company just continues to be super successful. We think there's so much opportunity and growth. And being in VEB, it's kind of like the most exciting place for me to be, because I'm looking 10 years ahead in the future. And so I'm really feeling like I'm part of building something new for the company.
There's all these brands out here today, and there's a lot of great ideas. And, what does VEB bring to the table when somebody, works with VEB?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. We think it's a mutually beneficial relationship. We like to bring experience, expertise, another point of view, obviously support and resources too. But like Scott said this morning, it's really about finding what the need is of that particular brand or that particular entrepreneur, and working with them to help kind of expand their capabilities, whether it's in distribution or marketing help, whatever it may be. So.
Yeah, sure, because, many of these brands are just like one person. They're the product person, they're the marketing person, they're the chief bottle washer, and that's a literal thing, that they have to do it here. So that's excellent. So what have you seen at the show that has really kind of sparked your interest?
Oh, gosh. we're still early in, right? So I've only seen a couple of presentations in the showdown. I love that bone broth is right on the beverage display with the coffee this morning. That's kind of a wonderful hospitality. I love new flavors of things. I loved hearing from
a lot of spice out there now. I just had mango habanero kombucha. Who knew? Like when they first came out with kombucha, would you think they would have had that? And there it is. It's out there.
Yeah, we're seeing that in some of our brands too. We'll be seeing some flavorings that are spicy coming along in the next year for some of our brands. So it's a great trend. I mean, the trend in salad in a bottle, if you will, drinkable soups.
Right, drinkable soups.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about that for a second, because is it a soup? Is it a drink? Is it a food? What is it? I don't know. What is this
Can I get my kids to drink it? That's the good news. I guess just like all the categories are blurring, so are types of beverages, right? Like, who knows?
So where do you put it in the store is
yeah.
the question, right? Do you put it with the drinks? Would you put it in the near foods, or how does that's a huge decision that somebody needs to make, and VEB certainly would have thoughts around that.
Yeah, I think the whole story is going to change anyway, right? So, when I started working on Dasani, my big strategy was to try to have water in produce. I didn't care as much about the water aisle because no one really bought water in 1999, or they didn't think of it as a branded beverage. So I think we're going to start to see all these blends, and we saw that example today, even just talking about kombucha next to Lunchables. We want to change consumers' minds on something like a drinkable soup. Maybe it doesn't even belong near the soup aisle or the beverage aisle, for that matter. It's an occasion, perhaps.
So which comes first, the product or the brand?
The consumer comes first, in my mind.
How so?
Yeah. So. How so? I thought you said well said. I was like, yes, it is.
Yeah, well said as well. But how so?
But how so?
I mean, I think that everything starts with meeting a consumer need, whether they know they need it or not. That's my focus, and that has always been kind of our company's philosophy. Is you really want to think forward in meeting a consumer need. And helping them kind of define what that need sometimes is. And then brand is truly the differentiator. It's, we're lucky we're not in a category that is commoditized. And we don't have so many private label entrants yet that have become mainstream. It's growing. But we believe a brand is like a heart and soul of that consumer experience.
And that is interesting. Looking at some of the VEB alumni, such as Zico, took something that consumers did not know that they wanted, and many consumers actually did not want, and yet put it through and made it successful.
Yeah, I mean, and part of that branding is telling the story, giving the reasons why it's beneficial, and creating an experience. Right, and a relationship with that consumer. So yeah,
and of course the packaging, that's just the easy part. You just kind of pick a bottle, slap a label on it.
Oh yes, no problem. we only spend a few hours on that. And
right.
No, packaging is the best place to create a brand. I mean, I love packaging. I feel like if all else fails, they never see an ad, they never have a sample, whatever else, your package has to tell your brand story and clearly communicate what makes you different or better or special.
And it's not like you can just say, hey, the brand's the most important, the name's the most important thing. It's the name, the flavor, it's what it is. And you have to communicate that in like a second before they move to the next thing. So.
And it's the form, how it feels in your hand when you're drinking it, what the sound it makes when you open it. It's a full experience for sure.
Kellam, it was really great having you on. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.